Welcome back. This is page 24. It says the supplement of an angle is 20 degrees more than the measure of the angle itself. So we know that supplementary angles are the two angles that add up to get 180 degrees. So we don't know either of these two angles. So let's have x as one of the angles. Add it together for the other angle is 20 degrees more than that. So it's going to have x plus 20. So when these two angles, so this is angle 1, this is angle 2, when they add up together, it should be added up to 180 degrees. So this is the equation. All we gotta do is just combine the x's and solve for the x. So we have 1x plus 1x is equal to 2x is equal to 2x plus 20 is equal to 180. So to isolate the x, or to get x by itself, we gotta move all the numbers first. So this constant over, so this is adding 20, so opposite or the inverse of adding would be subtracting 20. So you subtract 20 from both sides, okay, and you get 2x is equal to 160. So this is 2 times x, so the inverse operation for of a multiplication is division. So you got to divide by 2 from both sides. If you do that, divide by 2 from both sides, x is equal to 80 degrees. Okay, so that means one of the angles is 80, and one of the other angles is 80 plus 20, which is 100. So to check our work, make sure they add up to 180. It does, right? 80 plus 100, it does equal to 180. So let's move on to E. Angles 1 and 2 are complementary. So this time, instead of having them equal to 180, since it's complementary, it's equal to 90. The measure of angle 2 is 10 degrees larger than the measure of angle 1. So we start off with the same thing, x for angle 1. And we know that angle 2 is 10 degrees larger, so it's going to be x plus 10. So that's the other angle. When these two angles are added up, they should equal to 90 degrees because it's complementary. So same thing, x plus x is 2x plus 10 is equal to 90. So 2x plus 10 is equal to 90. You subtract 10 from both sides to get rid of this, or to move this over to the other side. We get 2 times x is equal to 80. So once again, you divide by 2 because our goal is to isolate this x. So you divide this by 2, divide this by 2, and you get x is equal to 40. That means angle 1 is equal to 40, and angle 2 is 40 plus 10, because angle 2 is 10 degrees larger than angle 1. So it's going to be 40 and 50. Okay? And make sure they add up to 90, and they do add up to 90. So that was correct. And F, it says angles 1 and 2 are supplementary, so they should be equal to 180. The measure of angle 1 is 3 degrees less than twice the measure of angle 2. So we first know the angle, so angle 1 is 3 degrees less than measure of angle 2. So it says the measure of angle 1 is 3 degrees less, so minus 3. Then twice the measure of angle 2, so 2 times x minus 3 is one of the angles. And we have angle 2 right here. So we just combine the x's. Once again, it becomes 3x minus 3 is equal to 180. So you add the 3 from both sides. So 3x plus 3 plus 3. So you're left with 3x only on the left side, and which is equal to 183. You divide both sides by 3, and you get x is equal to 61. Okay, so now that you have 61, you just plug it back into the equation. So 61 is one of the angles. For the other one, it's going to be 61 times 2 minus 3. So 61 times 2 minus 3, we get we get 119. And to check our work, we do 61 plus, we do this 119 plus 61. And let's make sure that they add up to 180. And they do. So that must be correct. And number 8, use a figure to determine the measure of angle ZXY. So ZXY is from here, ZXY. So we're trying to figure this small angle here, right? We know that this right here, WXZ, is 67. And we know that this is a right angle because there's a symbol for the right angle. And so we're going to have to subtract the 67 from 90. We get 23. That means this small angle ZXY, is going to be 23. So to figure out to write an equation, it would be x plus 67 should equal to 90. And so to solve it out, we subtract 67. We got 23 for our answer.